we're living in the moment. So don't look back, it's a long, long road ahead. A long, long road ahead.
Hello, and welcome back to Better Buddies. I'm your host RJ. With us this week, it's Tanner.
Howdy.
Our Better Buddies icebreaker. What's the most effective way for a government to control its people?
Oh man, walked into a real easy one today.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine any possible real-life modern examples within, say, a country's radius that I could possibly think of.
Most effective way to control its people. I want to get out of the way. I disagree, but I mean, the CCP's probably got a pretty firm grasp.
Yeah.
Over its people. I mean, not everyone. China's a huge fucking place, so like, there's bound to be.
I mean,
there's bound to be some outliers, but
I feel like
they're
transportation is one of the keys. The less your people move around, the less chance of new ideas entering.
Yeah, that's true. Restriction of information.
Yeah. Like, I just got done with God Emperor of Dune. And,
ooh.
Well, because that was the last Dune book I recommended. But part of the, 4,000 year reign, 3,500 year reign of the God Emperor Duke Leto II was he controlled a multi-planet galactic empire, but the only forms of transportation he allowed was space, planet to planet. That was the most advanced one. Everything on planet was walking. Like, it was literally a walkable empire. So, if they were going to go to a village, they walked for 3 days. And he made it a point to be like, yeah, I don't allow ground cars. They don't have thopters. They're not flying. They walk. Because it's just restrictive enough to keep the movement down, keeps the movement of ideas down. It makes trade controllable. It forces them to remain local. And it can eventually lead to a pressure of, this building pressure of we have to get out and travel and explore. But, between that and technology being kept at basically medieval levels, I don't know.
I guess what counts as a government? Because does it have to be of a country, or could it be any kind of governing body?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking like a cult.
Cults are effective, but I feel like it wouldn't count in this instance.
No,
only because cults typically remain small enough to have near absolute control over their members.
Well, it depends how you define a cult. But
name a large cult.
Mormonism. Jehovah's Witnesses.
See, I've always been under the impression that cult tends to have a size connotation to it, and while I know they have cult-like practices and they're very restrictive, I would not consider, Mormons to be a governing body, except for the fact that Utah is controlled by the Mormons.
There's it might be slightly outdated.
Yeah.
There might be better ways to determine what is and isn't a cult, but there was a thing that you used to use called the BITE model, which stood for behavior control, information control, thought control, and I don't remember what the E was, emotional maybe control.
Probably.
And it was like there was like a list of things that like a checklist of things that you could be like, all right, this is present in high levels or low levels or not present at all, and then like scoring above certain certain thresholds in each thing would like, yeah, you're a cult if you've passed certain thresholds in this. And like Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormonism definitely cross enough thresholds in the bite model.
Okay, fair enough.
To be considered cults. And like the Jehovah's Witnesses specifically have like what they call like their name is even like the governing body.
Oh.
As
okay.
Like the people passing down ruling and stuff, and so I guess like like one of the effective things that they do is like shunning people that leave, and that basically takes out your entire social network. Like you just don't have any support system or whatever if you aren't a part of this, and I think that would be a very effective way for a government to control its people.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, the bigger the bigger the area the government's controlling, the harder that's going to be.
Yeah. That's why like it's governments controlling their people is always more difficult than something that is of like a religious nature, because no matter how invested somebody is in their governance, they will never be more invested in their governance than they are in their family or their religion. Like,
what about a theocracy?
Well, but then that is the religion. But even then,
government.
It's also a government, but with then you get into the question of non-belief, right? Because at that point, if you don't believe in the religion, you don't believe in the government. And if you take a non-theocratic religion, let's say, keep talking about the Mormons, like if you believe in Mormonism, like truly believe, you'll be more likely to follow along with the tenets for fear of that isolation, because these are your people. Whereas with a theocratic government, yes, everybody follows the religion, but you're much more likely to have people who only follow in word, not in action, in deed, and belief.
Yeah.
Which then means you're more likely to find others who will support you and agree with you. I'm trying to think of one other, like... Propaganda's really, like, the most effective. Probably. You don't need everybody to agree, you just need enough people to agree.
Yeah, that'd be in the information control.
Yeah. But yeah. And you have to have good propaganda, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Yeah, like have a propaganda, these nuts.
No!
Oh!
Well, if the propaganda is truly working, you won't notice, right? Or if it's really effective, you'll notice and it'll work anyway. Compared to the Department of Energy putting out an AI image of the president with the words quantum power, and it's like, okay, this doesn't mean anything. Like, quantum don't mean nothing. Like, this is just a picture. And it's AI generated, because you know the president doesn't actually look that good.
Yeah, I think an image like that is a little bit... I mean, there's definitely like a propaganda element to it if it's like making him look big and strong, especially.
Yeah.
But like, even something as low effort and insane as that sounds, it does also just kind of contribute to just ever presence and flooding the zone, and just something else that's in your feed to wear you down.
It is, but like, I think about that, and compare that to, I believe it's Bernays. Was it Bernays? And like how the cigarette companies got women to start smoking cigarettes.
Oh yeah, go for a lucky instead of a sweet.
Yeah. Or like it was all about women's liberation for a hot minute of like, oh,
Freedom torches.
yeah, the freedom torches. I was trying to remember what that was. Thank you. And like next thing you know, smoking went from that's unladylike, don't you dare, to oh hell yeah, girl, smoke up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was blatantly like advertising to women, and they had in like a few parades where they like literally paid women like, hey, go smoke as you walk in this parade to show off. And to transform society in that manner so effectively compared to, well, we can't actually get people to like our guy, so all we can do is flood the zone to the brim with slop so that people just are too busy digging through the slop instead of actually transforming hearts and minds over it. Like, damn, get better at it. Actually, don't, but like,
Yeah, like the AI images, they're not changing anyone's mind, but the people that are already like into like, oh yeah, look at how big and strong he looks.
yeah.
That's awesome. Like they're gonna be more energized about it, and
I mean,
it's gonna kind of wear down everyone else.
it reminds me of, so I read this Mad magazine one time where they had an entire joke section on spin doctors of like
The
politician.
band?
What?
The band?
No. So spin doctors. Do you know what that is?
No, I've only heard that word in reference to the band.
Oh, so it's like to spin something. So whatever it is, make it a positive, right?
Oh, okay.
And spin doctors were like the people who, for politicians and other influential people of power, would take whatever happened and spin why it's a good thing. Parks and Recreation has a great example of this when Leslie is running for city council. The night of the big debate, she's got three of her friends helping do like the press and managing press questions. And their whole thing is to like spin whatever the question is and the answer to be a positive reflection of Leslie. And as like a practice run, Chris Traeger, the eternally positive character played by Rob Lowe, is asked like, okay, pop quiz, worst case scenario, Leslie throws up in the middle of answering a question and then farts audibly on stage. What do you do? And he talks about how Leslie's just overflowing with ideas, and have you heard her thoughts on greenhouse gas emissions? Yeah. So it's that level of like, we're gonna make anything a positive. And the Mad Magazine article is that same thing of like, spin doctors for the rest of us. And it's like, a kid comes home with bad grades, and this dude in a suit and tie is like, well, you know, this is actually, here's why it's a good thing. Or there's a cat in a washing machine, and this spin doctor guy is going like, he's practicing his skills for when he becomes an astronaut, and scientific experimentation is very healthy in young children.
Oh dear.
Like, it used to be a thing to be good at that, and good at making anything and everything a positive. And then no news is good news, and all press is good press became a thing, which turned into bad press is good press. So nobody cares about having good press.
That's what that always meant.
Well, it is. Like, all press is good press meant bad press is still good press. But it used to be a, like, not just have bad press. It was supposed to be like, okay, don't get too upset if you get some bad press. It's better to be talked about than nothing. And you should still be trying to have good press alongside it. I don't know. But yeah, I think, I think no government will ever have total control over its people until we all get implanted with Musk brain chips and they can literally electronically control our bodies, but that's why I don't want a cyberpunk future.
The explode button whenever someone thinks about whatever the opposite of the current administration wants.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want computer chips in my brains, please.
Yeah.
I just read a whole comic series thing about a similar thing, and I was like, I'm good. They were using telepaths to just scan everybody for rebellious thought, and then one of the telepaths set up like an automatic scan thing to just like, oh, if they've ever had a bad thought about the leader, shut their brain down. And somebody was like, wait, you set that on fucking automatic? Everyone's had some bad thought about the person in charge at some point. That doesn't make them dissidents. You're just killing everyone.
Yeah, that's spoiler warning for anyone listening. That's very similar to what happened in season 5 of The Boys.
Ruh-roh! Well, since we got there, our next segment, Better Buddies Recommend, where we recommend a piece of media to enjoy. Would you like to start, or shall I?
You can go ahead and start. I gotta think of something.
Toy Story 5.
Oh, yeah.
Start with that.
Okay.
We saw Toy Story 5 on Friday.
We did.
It's very good. It's pretty good.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Not as good as the first 3, but as I told somebody earlier today, there are a few perfect trilogies, and Toy Story is one. So anything afterwards just won't be able to live up, but it's still pretty good, pretty fun. Before I went into it, one of the comments I saw online was somebody was like, oh, I thought the beginning moved too slow. Honestly, I felt like the beginning was almost a little too fast. Like, maybe not too fast, but like I felt like we could have had a little bit more establishment of characters, maybe? That being said, this is a 20-year-old franchise.
The beginning being like the part in the past, or like
no, like
with Bonnie.
With Bonnie.
Okay.
Like, we got the scene where she's playing with them, and this is in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler, like the wedding scene. And then the pad shows up, and things get rolling, but it was kind of like, there's a lot of side characters that exist now, and they keep adding side characters. Some other side characters don't get any room to shine. Like, if you think back to the original Toy Story, there were a lot of side characters that didn't matter, that barely got speaking lines or were there for jokes. But then you had a core cast of Potato Head, Rex, Slinky, Ham, Bo Peep, Woody, Buzz. Those were Andy's core, these people had relevance in other parts. And the army guys. And everybody else being there was just kind of there. But I thought it was overall, still pretty good. Pretty quick, pretty snappy. I liked the solution and characterization of how they handled the technology versus toys debate, and something that I think, frankly, the lesson ain't for the kids, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot of themes of racism and ageism and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm just talking the straight toys versus tech part of hey, yeah. Parents, maybe you shouldn't let your kids have unlimited screen time. In fact, depending on their age, maybe they shouldn't have any screen time. And if you're going to have screens, maybe help show your kid how to integrate technology into their play activities, such as, hey, let's make some art and then we can send a picture of it to grandma. Not, okay, play iPad games all day. But yeah, very, very fun, very heartwarming. Really liked it. And it's, just to point this out, because I think it should be pointed out, kissing has been shown in Toy Story films since the first one.
Oh, are people talking about that as like a bad thing?
No,
Like
but I
shouldn't be
wanted to get
kissing
out in front of it. Just in
okay.
case. To be fair, it wasn't as on screen, but the first Toy Story movie literally ends with them at Christmas time, and Woody runs into Bo Peep, and he looks up and he says, "Say, isn't that mistletoe?" And she uses her hook to pull him down.
Isn't there in like the second one or something, the potato heads
Yep.
like get really into it too?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't aware that was a controversy.
I don't think it necessarily will be, but I think so I'm on the Toy Story subreddit, and talk about a dry subreddit, frankly.
Oh yeah,
that is
I bet.
desperate for any level of discussion. So somebody is probably going to show up there and be like, I don't know how I felt about this, and it's going to be like, dude, it's a fucking kids movie. It's not that deep. But everybody should go see that. And then I'm also going to recommend to Libby. Timelines. The Last Devil to Die. It is the 4th book in the Thursday Murder Club series, and it may have been one of the most moving books I've read in a long time. Because...
Is that the one with the old ladies?
Yeah, it's the one with the old ladies and old men.
Okay.
But over the course of the series, one of the old ladies, Elizabeth, former MI6 spy agent, master of all these spy things, her husband Stephen has Alzheimer's. Over the course of the series, it's becoming very apparent that he's got Alzheimer's, and that she's hiding him from everyone as he's been getting worse. Has been very particularly structuring the routine to keep people from asking questions. And this is the book where his Alzheimer's tanks. To the point where there's actually a chapter from Stephen's perspective in his head with his experience with Alzheimer's. Of it's getting to a point where all he does is sit on the couch and watch TV all day, and the chapter fluctuates through levels of lucidity as he remembers who he is and remembers who his wife is and thinks he'll put the kettle on for some tea, and then is a little nervous because he knows the couch, it's his couch, the couch is safe, maybe he should go back to the couch and wait for whoever she is to come home, and then he'll know if she's his wife or not by how she greets him. And by the end of the chapter, Elizabeth comes home and the sink is just starting to run over because he left the water on. And it's so beautifully written for how scary it is for people with Alzheimer's.
It sounds very heartbreaking.
Oh, it was an absolutely heartbreaking book. And it's a book that this book deals a lot with grief overall, because there's a character that runs a antique shop that gets shot, and everybody is trying to help solve that murder. There's another character at the retirement community who is getting romance scammed and just isn't they have to catch the scammer because he just won't believe he's getting scammed, and is already given them $5,000. Elizabeth is dealing with her husband's Alzheimer's and forgetting, and like on top of it, the handyman that they meet in book 1, who just became like a regular character because the writer just loved writing him so much, plays chess with Stephen regularly. And one of the things that really indicates like, oh, he's hard dropping is Stephen forgets how to play chess. And so like Bogdan is struggling with it because that was how he and Stephen connected. Like, they could just play chess for hours and it'd be a great time. And like it leads, spoiler alert, Stephen does end up passing away over the course of the book, but because of his passing, it leads Joyce. She's a widower, or she's a widow, and so her thinking on her ex-husband and when he lost, and the pain that she feels and all these other old widows and widowers feel having lost their partners. Ibrahim, the Egyptian, he's an Egyptian psychologist. He eventually opens up, turns out he's gay. And that he's old, like he's in his 70s. And when he was in his 20s, it wasn't legal. It was much more looked down upon. It was much more covert. And him and his partner, that kind of, again, wasn't, they never really said anything, but it just is what it was. Or like they said it, but like wasn't as out and open. He comes home one day and there's a cop who says, "Oh, are you the flatmate? So-and-so got hit by a car and died, and we're trying to get a hold of his family." So it's a book that has a lot of grief in it, but it's very beautifully written. And doesn't lose its comedic tone and touch for how beautiful the grief is.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough to balance as a writer, also.
It is, and as like a listener and reader, the thing that really helps it is it's so human. And one of the things that helps is the characters almost switch roles up throughout the book. Because, like, in the last 3 books, Elizabeth is the planner. She's the spy. She knows how to plan. She knows how to do all the stuff. Joyce is kind of her sidekick, who is just as ready to talk about a dead body. Like, Joyce is just as ready to talk about a dead body as she is to talk about the coupons she got for the grocery store. But will also interrupt Elizabeth's plans with a little bit of ad-libbing that 9 times out of 10 turns out to be the right move. And Ibrahim is like very thoughtful. Ron is an ex-labor like organizer and big tough guy. But because of Elizabeth and her like what she's dealing with Stephen, she ends up like out of the picture for a minute. That they can't, like, get her to help out because she just turned her phone off. And so Joyce steps up into the Elizabeth role of, like, planning out a meeting and how to conduct a meeting with another antique shop owner. And as she's running the meeting and asking the questions, Ibrahim takes the Joyce role of being the sidekick and throwing things out. And Joyce has the moment of, like, well, I didn't think he was going to do that, but I suppose that's how Elizabeth must feel when I do that, and it was a very good choice to make.
Aw.
Or like when they find a dead body in the middle of the book and they can't get a hold of Elizabeth, Joyce shows up with Ron and is like, "Okay, what would Elizabeth do? We need to take pictures of all the files in the room and put them back where they were." And then as they're about to leave, she's like, Did I miss anything Elizabeth would have thought of? Oh, the body. We need to take pictures of the body. And so, like, they take the pictures of the body with their phone cameras. And so, like, because all of these characters are dealing with their grief, but they're also friends and a gang and, like, helping each other, and they know each other are dealing with grief, that there is space and, like, people and incidentals to still keep it from being just soul-crushing. because it's not just the grief, but the helping each other through the grief, right? But yeah, that's my recommendation.
Still haven't quite thought of anything. uh, I don't know. I've been listening to electro swing music recently.
Okay.
Getting back into that. That's something I do every couple of years. Start listening to electro swing music again. Makes me want to move.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think I've engaged with all that much media other than Toy Story 5 with you.
Oh, what were your thoughts on Toy Story 5 then?
I was very pleasantly surprised by how much I liked it. I went in with not super high expectations. I haven't seen Toy Story 4 still. Yeah. But it was a lot more cohesive and emotional than I was expecting of something that had a 5 in the name.
Fair.
Yeah, that like classic Pixar emotional moment was a really good one in my opinion, and someone behind us in the theater was sobbing at that point. Yeah. It was a big emotional moment.
Oh, that was getting to me too.
Yeah, same. Ooh. I think that's one that's going to hit older audience members harder.
Oh yeah. Well, it's to touch on a theme without touching on the specific moment. One of the things that has got me emotional in the last, more than just about anything in the last like 4 or 5 years, has been, what is the impact I'm having? And am I a good person?
Mm-hmm.
In the sense of like, not in the sense of like, oh, do I do the right thing? To, like, a little bit to an extent, but like, for all the decisions I'm making, for all the choices I'm making, for all the people I'm interacting with, especially through the job I just had for the last 4 to 5 years, like, is this making a difference? Does this matter? And even though so many of the people I was interacting with wouldn't think twice about it, or maybe never even interacted with me, was I still doing the best I could be doing to keep things moving and to still make it all work? So yeah, that was one that hit me with this one of like, ooh, don't think too much. Did the explanation I gave you for 4 beforehand help at all?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Like, I would have been really confused about where Woody was.
Yeah.
Well, without that, let's see what else. That really is the big thing. I think most of the and also, I mean, even if you haven't seen 4, if you've seen like literally any piece of media related to 4, you know about Forky.
Yeah. I mean, he's in the advertising.
Yeah, he's in every bit of advertising. But I mean, even that, he plays in not like a small enough role in 5 that, like, if I didn't know who Forky was, the only thing I probably would have been like really confused about was where's Woody? Like, why is Woody doing what he's doing?
Yeah. Which I kind of want them to do whether it's like a short or a 30-minute thing or a 1-hour special of like, give me an adventure with the toys that are wandering the world, you know? Like, they got the buzzes that built the raft and sailed off an island. Like, give me more of that toy ingenuity, because that's one of the things I'm not huge on like the borrowers, but one of the aspects I like about toy stories but Toy Story and like in it's not Rick and Morty, but that other that alien animated show they did.
Solar Opposites?
Solar Opposites. Solar Opposites is like a long-running thing where the one kid will like shrink humans and like there's an ant farm of humans, but they're all like borrower-sized. And I love any small story like that with that size difference and how they repurpose our current everything to be like, oh, it's a ruler to you, but that's a bridge. Or thimbles as chairs or bowls and that kind of shit. Like, love me some of that good repurposing.
Yeah, it's always fun. Although if you're getting a 1 hour special at that point, they might as well just make it into a 90-minute feature film.
I mean,
Toy Story 6.
Yeah, but like, I'll take whatever I can get to just get a glimpse of what that world looks like beyond. Because like, part of the implication they did both in 5 and at the end of 4 is that like, oh, this is a group of toys that like hangs out and helps lost toys acclimate. And whenever they want to play, they'll go hang out on a kid's playground and just like get played with for a while and then go back and find the next like area to play in. Because in like 4, there's a scene where Woody's like on a playground with Bo Peep, and they run into 3 Combat Carl action figures who are like, oh hey, we heard there's a busload of kids going up to like this park over here. We're gonna go see what we could do. Because they're just like scouting out areas to get played with.
Yeah, get played with, loser.
What?
Just the way you said they're scouting out an area to get played with made me think of like using a positive as an insult, like, or you saying a positive in like an insulting way.
Oh.
Like, yeah, get played with, loser. Like,
yeah, I hope you find some fucking love.
Yeah. Oh, get absolutely fucking treasured.
I hope you get adored. Like the beautiful person you are.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And our next segment, How to Be a Better Buddy, where we give some real and some humorous advice. Our first question this week, fellow readers, what inspires you to pick up a completely new book? With the further details, like you haven't heard of the author, it's not an NYTS bestseller, take me through you stepping into an imaginary bookstore. What sections do you gravitate to, and ultimately what makes you reach out and read a couple pages of a book you have no prior inclination towards?
A good number of the books that I've listened to, not read physically, have been ones that like people have recommended to me that I haven't been familiar with. Like, I've listened to a lot of them that you've recommended on
Hell
this
yeah.
show. That's how I've found a lot of them, or like just chatting with someone and ask them for book recommendations. Otherwise, if you're looking for like, oh, I've like something I've never heard of or about, and like just kind of sight unseen decide to listen to it, that's more of like, oh, if I just go on Libby and be like, well, what's available now?
Yes!
So
I was
have something
just
to
about to say that.
listen to today.
Literally of what's available now, and then like if I'm really feeling it, I'll search. I've shortened it by genre. I've also done, is this in a series? If I'm like, I want to read something, and I want to have more to read afterwards.
Yeah.
When it comes to like a bookstore, I walk in, science fiction, fantasy, and let's face it, cover. Can't judge a book by its cover, but the cover's going to make you question if you should pick it up or not. That and the title.
Yes. Ooh, I've had some books with great titles.
After that, it's reading the inside, or like the book jacket cover or the description. I'll read that before I ever crack a page. Because if I read the description of the book, and I go, yuck, I'm not going to read a fucking page of it. Like, that's not to say it's bad, but like, I have a thing where I don't love melodrama. Something about melodramatics rubs me the wrong way. Which, honestly, is part of why I actually liked Emily Wilde and the Encyclopedia of Fairies, was like, she was so pragmatic, and it was dramatic, but it was like very understandable drama for the situation. Like, I've never liked soap opera stuff. It's just, I don't like the over the top. So if the book description has any of that, I'm like, nope, I ain't about it. Otherwise, the other thing that it's like, if I overtake something in the media cultural zeitgeist, so like incredibly bright creatures, remarkably bright creatures, it got turned into a Netflix movie. I never saw the movie. I saw an advertisement on Facebook for the movie, and I went, what the fuck is this? It's an octopus. And then I looked it up and was like, oh shit, this is a book. Well, I don't have Netflix, but I'll check this book out. Sure, what the hell's going on with this octopus? Then it turns out the octopus is only like a quarter of the book total. But hey, it was pretty good anyway. And like, let's be honest, readers, if you're going into a bookstore, you're walking the whole thing. You're gonna walk the whole store. You gotta check every section just in case. You never know what you'll find.
Yeah. Although I tend to gravitate toward the nature section and the manga section.
Fair.
I don't spend a ton of time in bookstores usually, though.
See, and that
I guess
prefer.
I guess when I'm there, I spend a lot of time, but I don't go often.
Yeah, I don't go often, so it's a treat, and I got to get the most out of it. Nonfiction is an area that actually will sometimes really get me with like surprise finds. A book that I really, really enjoyed working through was Jimmy Buffett's A Pirate Looks at 50, which I only found because I was at a used bookstore and walked the whole store, including the like biographies and autobiography section, and was like, huh, I didn't know he had a biography. Oh shit, it's an autobiography. Hell yeah, A Pirate Looks at 50? The fuck does that mean? This is a musician. What is this pirate shit? And turned out to actually be a pretty interesting book. So, yeah, one that I found really fascinating was, where the hell is it? It's in here somewhere. I'm looking at my books. Oh, it's somewhere in this mess of books. Oh, it might be in the box still. Zen, The Way of the Warrior was a fascinating philosophical religious book I read that compared Zen philosophy to Christian religious beliefs and how actually if you overlap them, there's more similarity than dissimilarity. And I was like, damn, this is my... coming from a Christian-based religious background has helped me understand Zen philosophy as I read through this. But I found it because I was browsing a random shelf. So yeah, just browse. Our next question. What's a movie line you live by? To me, it's this one from Jerry Maguire. Roll with the punches, tomorrow is another day. One that comes up a lot for me is from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and it's the leap of faith line. Like, that's all it is. It's a leap of faith.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Well, like, you never know what the future's gonna hold. You can't control everything. Even if you've got a plan... It reminds me of that brings me to a different quote, not from a movie, but from a show. In the Flash TV show, the villain Captain Cold will say multiple times, make a plan, execute the plan goes wrong, throw away the plan. And so it's a leap of faith is very much the take a breath, let it go, jump. Not necessarily physically, but like, metaphorically, let go of the wall. You will catch yourself.
This would have been a good icebreaker question, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to... I'm struggling to think. The only like movie line that is coming to me is Jeff Goldblum going, "Life finds a way."
But is that one that you live by? I guess it is. You are
Technically,
alive.
yes.
What's one of your favorite movies?
Perks of Being a Wallflower is up there.
Okay.
Uh, the like the line in that movie is the people accept the love they think they deserve.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I think about it often enough to live by it though.
See, and I got the top 100 movie quotes of all time list up. Trying to see if there's any. Here, it's Sally. Let's try to read this. League of the. What's another movie?
Uh, the Lego Movie.
Everything is
2?
awesome. I do this one I live by, but I don't think about it often. But I think it's a very, very apt quote for our time. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. From Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
I've been recommended that one.
Oh, it's
by
so good.
a YouTube channel, but I've been recommended by that YouTube channel a lot.
Absolutely recommend Dr. Strangelove. It's hilarious. It's absurdist. It's very quotable. One of the more famous ones at the end is, Mein Gott! I can... Or is it Mein Gott or Mein Herr? I think it's Mein Gott. Mein Gott! I can walk! As the German scientist who's been wheelchair-bound the entire movie stands up out of his chair.
Let's see. Does Shrek 2 have any lines to live by?
I mean, probably.
The Yeah, probably. The line I think of most often from Shrek 2 is when like they get the invitation to go to Far Far Away and Shrek goes like, "And when did I say that I wanted to be like part of your family?" And she goes, "You did when you married me." And he goes, "Well, there's some fine print for you."
Damn.
Which is not a line to live by, but it is a funny one.
I think another one that like really ticks for me along similar lines is the "I can do this all day" from Captain America, which got
Yep.
used to the point where it became a joke, but like that and "Don't do it, don't give me hope" from Endgame are two that are like two sides of my coin. Like I'll keep going. Let's do this another round. And at the same time, like don't tell me that we're about to stop. Don't make me hope that things are going to get better. Because then if it doesn't, then I'm just sad. Let me just start sad and go from there. But yeah. And last one this week. What did you do different that after being friendless in school/college, you made friends instantly and without effort? With the further details, what did you do, bros?
This isn't a good question for me.
Well,
I had quite a few friends in high school and in college. And
I did
still
as
have
well.
most of those friends.
I do too. But here's the part that I think we really need to hone in on is the pal, you said without effort. And I don't think you know what it means to have relationships in your life.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta put a little bit of effort in to talk to them. And I'm being a little hypocritical here. I need to be better about that with both my group chats and my friends individually. But you gotta put in some effort. And like, it might be time for some self-examination of why were you friendless in school and college? Did you choose to be that way? Now, whether you chose or didn't choose, You're not going to make friends instantly no matter what. Like, that's not how it works. Even like my college friends, that was not instant. That was not instant. I probably spent at least a year cultivating, maybe not a year. No, I spent a year cultivating, and it took like a month or two of consistently showing up before I got invited to go do anything. And even then, it was kind of I got invited because I'm here. But it happens to not be at the same time and place as the initial thing. It was Mickey. Mickey invited me to hang out with him, Bauman, and a couple other people. And it was like the middle of December. Or like late November.
Okay.
It might have been like early second semester, but I just remember it was snowing, it was cold, and thank God I had my flannel lined jeans on, because I got all the way there and my legs were so goddamn cold.
Was that at Mickey's apartment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I got invited to hang out and like play a card game because I spent the last like 2 months going to game club and English club and talking and interacting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially after college, like school, that's when it's hardest to make friends. You gotta go places regularly, do things regularly, interact with people regularly.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Anything I'm missing?
Let's see. Usually like the quickest thing for me, like that leads to a friendship, is like bonding over like an intense interest. Like
Yes.
a lot of friends that I still have today, I've bonded with over Pokemon.
Yep.
And like that initial bonding over Pokemon was pretty instant. And then just, keeping in touch, putting in effort afterwards is where the effort kind of came in.
Yeah.
Like Alex, the it was at anime club in college, and I was with Bauman, and Bauman was like, he like just happened to invite two people over, and one of them was Alex, and I don't remember if it was because he was playing Pokemon at the time, or like he just was like, oh yeah, there's new people here, let's sit with them. And then we ended up like just playing Pokemon the whole time, and then yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, and like the only reason Alex and I really became, like, maybe not the only reason, but like the thing that really drove Alex and I to become friends was I wormed my way into a D&D game that I was only in for like 3 sessions, but it got me and Alex to talk more outside of game club, and we both lived in the same area, so every time we passed each other, we'd do the Fonz "ay" at each other.
Alex was also in English club at that point,
Yep.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
But that was the thing that really got us to, like, outside of club, start interacting. But yeah, you gotta just talk to people, and like, don't be afraid to like say like, hey, I like talking, you want to hang out sometime? Like, you want to go catch a movie, or you want to go keep talking about this thing, or you want to go, I don't know, do whatever the fuck, play pickleball.
Have a cookout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna grill up some burgers. Want to come over?
Exactly. Just be like, hey, I got extra food. Help me eat my food.
Yeah.
In given today's economy, most people will take a free meal. One meal you don't have to cook yourself, especially if it's not a far drive. Hell yeah. Cool. And with that, thank you for joining, Tanner.
Thanks for having me.
Love you.
Love you too.
Thank you to the band Problem of Interest for letting us use the song Living in the Moment off the album Cross Off Yesterday. You can find them on iTunes and Spotify. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever fine podcasts are sold. We're also on social media. Our Facebook is Better Buddies. Our Instagram is Better Buddies Cast. Our email is betterbuddiescast@gmail.com. You can send us fan art, hate art, fan mail, hate mail, declarations of love and or war, icebreakers you want us to answer, or questions you need advice on. We're also on YouTube where we post clips of the show. Let us know what you'd like to see. And last but not least, be a better buddy. Hopefully the birds outside aren't tweeting too loudly because I got my windows open.
Ooh. What are they trying to make you enraged about today?
Just waking me up every goddamn morning. Look,
See, I thought maybe they were going on about free speech or something.
no, I believe in free speech. I don't think speech should cost money, but there's a song, comedy song, "Poisoning Pigeons in the Park." A wonderfully
I've heard that
hilarious
one.
song. It's great, isn't it? I've never believed in it more. Because every fucking morning at 4:30 a.m., the birds wake up. And if the birds are awake, then I'm awake.
Yeah, that's going to be the Robins.